You're watching KCCI 8 News.
Right now at 10,
people shouldn't just walk away from it and ignore it.
a new campaign for safety has state fair officials beefing up on security. What see something, say something means for fairgoers. Plus, power soccer. Meet one group of Des Moines athletes who are finding a new way to play the world's most popular sport. And the video that's getting a lot of attention tonight, why an Iowa woman is being called Fountain Mom.
Now, from Iowa's news leader, this is KCCI 8 News at 10 in high definition.
Good evening, everyone. We begin with breaking news tonight as voters in Greene County have voted yes on a new $35 million casino and entertainment complex that would be built near Jefferson. The results, 75% yes, nearly 25% saying no. More than 6,000 people turned out to vote, just over 55% of the registered voters there. This is not a done deal. Far from it. The county still has to submit an application to the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission, which would then have to approve a casino in Greene County.
Also tonight, Dallas County voters overwhelmingly defeated a $16 million bond for a new public safety and administration building. 68% of the 5,800 voters were against the measure. One of the big block of opponents was in Adel, where opposition focused on moving more than 100 employees out of the downtown area to the site of the proposed facility. Supporters said it was necessary to accommodate the explosive growth in Dallas County. And in Indianola, voters decided not to change the structure of their city government. The vote was 3-1 against making all city council members at-large members, with one serving as mayor.
Moving on, the Iowa State Patrol is stepping up its presence inside the state fair.
And they want fairgoers to be part of the team when the fair starts Thursday. Emily Price takes us inside the See Something, Say Something campaign.
In addition to extra staff, all bags will be subject to search at the gates and the grandstand entrances. It is important to note that they say that there is no specific threat to the state fair.
It's just better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Emily, thank you. While the Iowa State Fair parade marches through downtown Des Moines tomorrow, the route begins at the state capitol, travels along Grand Avenue to 13th Street. It all begins at 6:15.
A warning for your morning commute, especially if you're on the south side. Just one northbound lane is open on Fleur Drive in the Bell Avenue area. Just after this watery mess flooded the streets earlier today, the road buckled along Fleur Drive when a water main broke. The Des Moines Waterworks hopes to have it fixed and have both lanes of traffic opened by tomorrow night. Checking in with Wes now. Any more storms overnight? Boy, we saw some lightning and some pretty threatening clouds out there, Wes.
Yeah, from here, that's about all we saw. Most of it was either south.
Thank you, Wes. A Des Moines police officer who was pinned between a truck and a granite wall last month is back in Des Moines tonight. Lieutenant Joe Gonzalez returned from the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. He was at an undisclosed location with family. And family members say he's slowly regaining strength, and they are so happy to have him back home.
The second trial for a Southeast Iowa man charged with killing his pregnant wife has been delayed. The retrial for Seth Tekel was supposed to begin Monday, but has been delayed indefinitely due to an ongoing medical problem for Tekel. Tekel is charged with the murder of his wife, Lisa Tekel. It was in March that an Ottumwa jury failed to reach a unanimous verdict on the case, so the judge declared a mistrial.
CNN, it says Iowa Congressman Steve King is planning meetings with political activists in South Carolina. The state is the first Southern contest in the 2016 presidential nominating process. Two sources told CNN that King will travel to the state in late August. Aides for King declined to comment.
Well, a national bus tour that's aimed at promoting tougher gun laws will roll into Des Moines tomorrow morning. The No More Names tour will make a stop tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in Union Park. Survivors and family members of the Newtown shootings and Tucson massacre will be among the speakers.
The number of cases of the pool parasite Cryptosporidia is up to 148 in Polk County alone. Des Moines Parks and Rec says it has doubled sanitation efforts at public pools, cleaning those pools up to 6 times each day until chlorine levels are safe. Parks and Rec says it's working with the Polk County Health Department to make sure swimmers know to shower before swimming and to avoid swallowing pool water. There is no vaccine for the illness.
Overcrowded dormitories at Iowa State University have forced the university to offer students money to give up their spots. To make way for more incoming freshmen, Iowa State offered a $1,000 incentive to returning upperclassmen, and 91 students took advantage of the offer. The incentive is a credit, actually. It can only be applied to other university housing.
Still had returners contracting at higher rates, but our cancellation rates from returner students started to drop and drop.
I don't think you should force them out because they were here first, obviously. So I think offering an incentive is a good way to do that.
At first, the offer was $500 and only 31 students took advantage, but the students who didn't told staff it barely would offset the costs of the increase to the upper division housing.
Today, President Obama laid out his plan to strengthen the U.S. housing market. During a trip to Phoenix, a city hit hard by the housing crisis, Obama called for a revamp of the government's involvement in home mortgages. The plan includes phasing out loan giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
For too long, these companies were allowed to make huge profits buying mortgages, knowing that if their bets went bad, taxpayers would be left holding the bag. It was heads we win, tails you lose. And it was wrong.
The 2008 government bailout of Fannie and Freddie cost billions of dollars. Obama said that tab should never again be left to taxpayers.
In Texas, the trial began today for a man accused in the 2009 Fort Hood mass murder, and it was a bizarre beginning. Major Nidal Hassan proclaimed before the military court-martial that the evidence will clearly show I am the shooter. And a soldier who was repeatedly shot during the rampage said he played dead during the entire event. Hassan is accused of killing 13 and wounding 30.
To Yemen now, where the U.S. and Britain have evacuated their staff members from their embassies after reports that terrorists are planning an attack.
It's a decision related to a specific immediate threat.
Government leaders in Yemen have criticized the U.S. and Britain for pulling the staff out of the country, saying they are giving in to terrorists. Yemen is home to what U.S. officials consider one of the most active and dangerous branches of al-Qaeda.
Former President George W. Bush in the hospital recovering tonight after undergoing a heart procedure this afternoon. Doctors in Texas say they performed a successful stent surgery on the 67-year-old former president. Bush was described as being in high spirits and is expected to be discharged from the Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital tomorrow. Doctors say that he should be able to resume his normal schedule the day after he leaves the hospital. Still ahead tonight, we will introduce you to a group of Des Moines athletes who are pushing the boundaries to play soccer.
And National Night Out. See which metro community is the best in the Midwest for the national event aimed at cutting crime.
And a little later in sports, Scott Reister sits down with 3 Iowa athletes who are using their fame to make a real difference.